Hi, I'm Adam Hall, and welcome to the Earth Keeper Summit. Thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to be here with you. And today I'll be sharing some shamanic tools and techniques and best practices to help you create extraordinary miracles every day. We will also be doing a wonderful exercise where you will experience miracles at work. This exercise will help you to create a strong foundation in which to manifest miracles at work, in your relationships, and perhaps to heal your body or even create more wealth in your life. The objective of this talk is threefold. One, to help enhance your knowledge of miracles. We will explore questions like, what is the miracle? Where do they come from? And how can you create them? And a whole lot more. Two, help you to create a miracle manifestation map. Without a map, the destination will lead to the same unsatisfying old result. This miracle map will help you to break that pattern once and for all. And three, for those of you that are serious about creating miracles, I'm going to give you free access to the Miracle Lab, where you will get 3 simple techniques that will help you heal the body, heal the heart, heal the mind, and heal spirit. You will also get a wonderful meditation that will help you tune into the miracle within. And it'll also allow you to access our course on the body miracle. So let's get started. There is only one simple thing that we need to do and that we need to know. This one thing will change everything you're going through right now. If you are struggling financially, experiencing a health challenge, maybe you're feeling lonely or seeking more love in your relationships or with your family, maybe you're feeling lost and searching for more purpose and meaning in your life. Are you asking for a miracle right now? I predict that if you listen to this entire talk, do the practice that I'm going to share with you, you will experience at least one miracle. Please keep in mind that the power and the truth of the miracle is that it doesn't come from anyone or anything. This is the myth of our outer life. We seem to want to take a pill, or we want to connect with others to give us what we want. We think our gurus and our doctors and all these others are the answer to us. Answer to our challenges, I should really say. And why they can help us. At the same time, it's important to note that the power of the miracle, the power of your truth is within your inner mythology. In other words, the outer world is always changing, whereas our inner world, our inner myth, is changeless. And that the power of the miracle belongs to you. You possess the power to create miracles right now. Nobody else does. You do. The miracle is a shift in perception from fear to love, revealing the natural harmony of life. It is an awakening to our authentic self, where love guides and transforms all that we see and do. Sharing this with you today is near and dear to my heart and to my soul, my friends. Having experienced many great challenges in my life, I've been given a great gift. The miracle that is the soul. And we all have been given this gift. My problem was that I didn't know that I was given this gift because I was swamped with all the problems of my life and just stuck in the narcissistic demands of my own identity. And these challenges don't make me special or any different. We all have them, but there was one in particular that led me to the miracle, and that was loneliness. I tried to cure it with addictions, alcohol, sex, other people, even accumulating stuff. And nothing worked. It was all in my outer world. The only way out of loneliness was to go in and through it. And paradoxically, the gift of loneliness turned out to be the greatest gift ever. And when I opened the present, I discovered the miracle. We've all been given a problem that is the gift. And when we open it, it reveals the miracle. So imagine this. There are two boxes. Now, both of them are wrapped with pretty bows. And one of them says the problem, and the other one says the solution. Now, you only get to select one box. Is it the problem box or is it the solution box? Which one do you choose? So let me share kind of this fun little piece about the gift. Because most of us are going to say, well, I want the solution. And that's when we begin to reach out into the outer parts of our lives to find, the prescription or the person, the pill, the doctor, the guru, the retreats. We begin the seeking outside of ourselves because we think it's the solution. But paradoxically, it's the problem that is the solution. It's the problem that's the solution. Hello. So the process of merely shifting from seeing the problem as a problem, shifting to seeing it as a gift, is actually the solution. The miracle is our ability to transcend our perception of separation. In other words, when we see the problem as the solution, we're not separating the problem and the solution. They're actually one in the same. We've shifted our perception from separation of the problem and the solution to holding and knowing that the problem is the solution. Hello. It's that simple. We all want to make things complex. We all want to search and entangle them and all these kind of things of a need to know. But let's keep it simple. And today, that's exactly what we're going to do. So think about a problem that you have faced or are now facing. Now see the problem you face as a gift. Like imagine this. Perhaps you're experiencing, God forbid, some major health challenge. And it invokes a lot of fear. But ultimately, imagine that this problem also offers a great gift. It offers a gift of healing your life. It offers a gift of inviting more love of yourself and love from others into your life. It offers the gift to receive spirit and the wisdom of our greater truth, of our interconnectivity, that we, in and of ourselves, can heal our lives. So I ask you, did what we just spoke about help you to see the problem you face differently? And if so, you just experienced your first miracle of this talk. Hello. Because in a moment, we are going to do an exercise that will help you transform that one problem, and be it one of health or lack of love or lack of money, maybe it's at your work or anything else. We're going to transform that one problem from a gift to a miracle. So what is the miracle? Where does it come from? Science tells us that life all started with the Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago. Suddenly, an extremely dense and hot quantum, the size of a pinhead, exploded to form an ad infinitum universe. Something amazing happened. It's called evolution, which is the process of development by gradually changing from a simple to a more complex form of life. And as the conditions became right on our planet Earth millions of years ago, life began to emerge in the form of simple, single-cell organisms. These cellular microorganisms continued to grow into multicellular organisms and culminated in the form of macroorganisms. Over a period of time, these organisms develop into complex organs capable of performing evolved processes such as thinking, intelligence. We were upgraded with every jump of evolution. And this gave rise to advanced forms of life and species. And being the ultimate intelligent and sentient living form, the Homo sapiens emerged as an evolutionary miracle that has the power to choose to continuously evolve. We came from this one instant, a Big Bang, to evolve into the living miracle that we are today. And as a living miracle, each of us carries the seeds of miracle. Hello. The shamans would speak of this as growing corn. How do we grow corn with our seeds? And what do we do about it? The wisdom of the shamans, the original earth keepers, offer us important clues and insights on how to nurture and grow our miracle seeds. Instead of thinking of themselves as separate from nature, the shamans became one with each other and all things in the natural world. They delved deep inside themselves to harness their inner power. And this enabled them to understand the outer world from the inside out. Now picture this for a moment. A telescope, and you're looking through the lens out into our outer world. Well, the shamans would also look through the other end of the lens into our inner world. In other words, it was a two-way vision, from the inner to the outer and the outer to an inner. And when that came into clarity and when it came into focus, they realized that the seeds of the miracle within themselves can grow corn, can manifest the life that they were dreaming into being. And this level of consciousness, my friends, enabled them to practice an important technique and a way of being, a way to walk on the earth in the oneness of beauty embraced by Mother Nature. They know a spiritual truth. The outside picture is a reflection of an inward condition. They know that with every thought, we either choose fear or love. So what must you do to manifest the miracle right now? In order to manifest miracles, we need to solve one problem. The one problem, the one solution, and the one challenge that we face are, one, to accept the problem, a belief that we are separate and apart from others and nature. When we see the problem as a gift that offers us the solution, we can receive the miracle. Two, to become the solution. In other words, to believe in the wholeness of ourselves, to see yourself and others as one and the same. Yet to honor the uniqueness and individuality of others, and to remember, and this is a reminder, that our identity wants to separate us from the problem and search outside of ourselves. Three, we want to rise to the challenge. In other words, the challenge being to shift your perception from separation to oneness. Embedded deep within the psychology of every human lies a great division. And this one problem makes it impossible to create everyday miracles. Now, we all share the same problem, and we all have the same solution. So let's hack this for a moment. Bear with me for 1 second. Let's hack into this. On one side, we have our better angels. We are compassionate, we're kind, loving, and peaceful souls. On the other side lies the devil. And this represents our more shadowy, darker nature, which inflicts anger and strife on anything that gets in its way. And whether there's acrimony or violence between nations and neighbors, it's simply a projection of the war within. Sometimes we feel shame. We're made to feel wrong. And sometimes we feel guilty. We're made to just feel bad about ourselves. In other words, when you are experiencing conflict and chaos in your outer world, the same is happening in your inner world. We are divided. And this separation in our minds has created a divided world in which there are victims and perpetrators, winners and losers. There are those that are privileged and those that are disadvantaged. There are territorial camps of right and wrong. On one side of the mind, there is the peace and prosperity. And on the other, there is that anger and acrimony. Some days we love others, and some days we hate them. It's amazing how we just flip our script based on the circumstances that we face and what we want. And some days we just embrace others. So How do we meet this challenge head on and solve the problem once and for all? There are 5 key steps we can take to solve the one problem. Now, if you accept the challenge to learn and practice these 5 keys, you will solve the problem of separation. It's that simple. Hello. 1, the outside picture is a reflection of an inward condition. We've been talking about this. What's going on in your inner world is a reflection of what's going on in your outer world, and vice versa. 2, ideas do not leave their source. So if we're seeing the world from our separate lens of our identity, we are separate from the world. If we're seeing the world from our lens of oneness, of our wholeness of who we are, we're experiencing and seeing the world as one. Okay? 3, see things for how they are, not for how you want them to be. This one has helped me so often, and I'm often wanting to just kind of deceive myself into believing something is that I just want it that way. But the truth is, see things for how they are and not for how we want them to be. 4, with every decision, you choose love or fear. Hello, it's love or fear. And 5, with every intention, you either have faith in miracles or not. In other words, let's set our faith and our intention on manifesting and creating the miracle in our everyday lives. So, what is the solution to this one problem? The spiritual text called A Course in Miracles states there is no problem in any situation that faith will not solve. There is no shift in any aspect of the problem that will make the solution impossible. For if you shift part of the problem elsewhere, the meaning of the problem must be lost, and the solution to the problem is inherent in its meaning. Is it not possible that all your problems have been solved, but you have removed yourself from the solution? Yet faith must be where something has been done and where you see it done. End of quote. In other words, to find the solution to the problem of separation, you must have faith. And when you understand that nearly every human functions in the separate mindset, you can have faith that you can solve the problem. The answer is not someone else's choices or solution. The answer is you. And as we've discussed, the one problem is our perception that we're separate from each other and nature. The solution to the one problem is to meet the challenge and shift our perception to oneness, our oneness with each other and nature, as we've been speaking about. Now that we have a better understanding of the problem, we know the challenge that we need to accept and the solution that's available to us. How can we experience the journey from where we are now, seemingly stuck with problems, and how can we go from there to discover the gift and receive the miracle and free ourselves into our divinity? Greg Braden shares, divinity is our ability to transcend our perceived limitations. Our lives are all about healing ourselves to become the divine being that we were born to be. And you may be healing your body, or perhaps you're healing your heart or suffering in the mind. No matter who you are, we can heal our lives here and now. We can do so to be freed into our true calling, to transcend our perceived limitations. And I want to share a map with you today that is as old as time, yet as new as the future that is yet to come. And this ancient technology transcends any technology of our time. And I believe it will always transcend any of our modern technology. It is not artificial nor superficial. It is not powered by man. It is powered by grace. It's what created the miracle. It's the love that created universes and you. I want to share 3 key truths to keep in mind before we go to the miracle map and do a wonderful exercise. 1, each person has his or her own path. It is up to you to choose the path you want, to define how you want to experience that path and live it or not. 2, it's important to take note of what motivates you and what inspires you. And a little hint about motivation, it's fear that motivates us most often. And a little hint about what inspires you, it's love that inspires you. And 3, remember your gift. In other words, the greatest challenges and problems we face can be the greatest gift we ever receive. You get to choose your perception. Is it a problem or is it a gift? Because the problem is the solution and the gift leads us to the miracle. Over the last 21 years, I have studied and researched the ancient medicine wheel. I have worked with the shamans and received the initiations and rites of passage of my lineage in Peru, having climbed the sacred mountains and traveled deep into the jungles. I want to share with you what has been revealed and what those findings look like. I have also studied and researched quantum phenomenon, deep Jungian psychology. Shamanism, as I shared with you, has been a place where I have found home, along with A Course in Miracles. This has been tested with my students and clients and others who have come to realize the gift and the miracle for themselves. Again, there are many paths, and I remind you that I know very little. But I do know this. You have the gift, and you have the miracle. It belongs to you, and nobody can ever take it away. This map has withstood the test of time. Not only did our ancestors have use of this wheel over the past millennium, but we get to use it right now as a guide to help us heal and create miracles every day. I'm excited to share with you today the medicine wheel, the wheel of manifestation. And this wheel will help us develop a map in order to find your own way in and through your life's journey to create everyday miracles for yourself. And before we do the exercise today, I just want to give you a quick overview of this medicine wheel. And as you notice, down in the right-hand corner, we have something called body miracle. This is our dualistic experience. And within that quadrant, you can see a square. And within that quadrant are 4 life's teachings. And today we're going to do an exercise to help us specifically heal the body and lay the foundation for you to create those miracles in your everyday life. And without a foundation within our body, then those miracles will become very difficult to manifest and create. We must be well in body first and foremost. If you look over in the lower left-hand quadrant, you'll see the triangle. And this is where we find the heart miracles, miracles of our deeper connection with ourselves, others, and nature. And this is when we kind of entangle ourselves in the truth of our heart. And as that guides us, we can rise into the greater place within our mind. We rise from this triangle, this sacred trinity that invites us to accept ourselves and others, to find the balance of life with love, with a clear intention to always be the peace we want to see in the world. In the mind miracle, we step further along our conscious path to create miracles in our own mind. And this is really the portal beyond the underworld of the heart miracle and the body miracle, where we step into the upper world, the upper half of the medicine wheel, to discover the power and miracle of the mind. And while this place invokes a lot of fear because we step into the unknown, it offers us an ascended path of how we can move beyond the old ways of our identity, the old problem of separation, how we can step into the challenge and meet and greet the solution of the miracle itself. So that helix, that triple helix, guides us into a place along a path, not only of our completion and doing in the world, but to a place where we can manifest miracles every day. And then we come to the upper right quadrant, the home of the equidistant cross, the place where spiritual miracles begin to happen, where we are connected in the place of our oneness. This is the superposition. The superposition is what we take up as our home, our inner home of our soulful intelligence. And this is about evolving. This is about changing. This is about receiving the descent of the divine and the light within each of us. And this offers us stability. And that leads us to the divine center, the exact center, the circle in the center, that purple circle that says we are now fully connected in all four directions, above and below and all around, in the oneness of who we are. As I mentioned, we're going to be focusing on the lower right quadrant, the square, for our exercise today. In other words, what we're going to do is we're going to take your problem, the one thing that you want to heal right now in this moment, and put it in the square. So begin to think about this problem or this challenge that you're facing, that you want to heal today, and that will guide us into doing the exercise to help you to resolve that issue. And you will see that we will be doing a journey around this square. We will begin with loving forgiveness. We will move to the purpose of our lives, to heal ourselves in duality, to heal ourselves in order to know the truth and authenticity of who we truly are, not in our identity, but in our soul's and heart's light. We will also surrender anything that is standing in the way. We will let die away anything that's in the way of healing the problem that you face. And when we get in that flow of healing, then we come back into the proper order of things by connecting to the life force that connects us to all things, all people, all places in this world and beyond. So get yourself in a comfortable position and let's take this journey to heal your life, to embrace the miracle within you. Earlier, we spoke about the gift. And if you recall, I shared how loneliness, as difficult as it has been the greatest gift in my life. So right now, I want to ask you to think of the one thing that comes to mind from your past or your present that you want to heal. And I want you to hold that thought, okay? So please close your eyes and let's take a few deep breaths together. In your mind's eye, place the problem that you want to be healed today. Now I invite you to forgive. Not to forgive others, although we can do that, but today is all about you healing this problem. Ask you to forgive yourself. Say it now. I forgive. Put your name. I forgive you. Blank. Now we're forgiving ourselves not for what we did. We're forgiving ourselves for what we did not do. We forgot to remember that we are one with ourselves, we are one with others, and we are one in nature. We simply made an error. Forgive ourselves for our lives that we've lived and the healing that is necessary to free ourselves from our pain. Now in your mind's eye, again, place the problem that you've been forgiving. The purpose of this problem is also a gift to help you understand the true nature of who you are, to help you find and be, to help you remember your authentic self, the truth of your soul. That is your purpose. It's not to be something in the outer world other than who you are in your truth, in your soul's light. Now place the problem again in your mind's eye. To let it go. We want to allow ourselves to untether ourselves, I should say, to untether and free ourselves from the energy of that problem. See that problem healed. Imagine that it is actually disappearing. Now, let it go. Let it die away. And now, in your third eye, in your mind's eye, feel the remnants. See the lingering energy of your problem. It's almost gone. It's faint. And allow the life force, the new energy to take its place. The love and healing light of spirit. And when you're ready, please open your eyes and give yourself a little hug. Yes, love ourselves. What a powerful journey. I felt the energy of that. I felt the presence of Spirit helping us to heal these challenges and these problems that we now face. So now take a moment. What shifted about the gift? Maybe you were able to forgive yourself. Or perhaps you became more aware of the deeper purpose in your life. Even the purpose of the problem to help you to attune to your deeper truth. Did you find a moment to let it go? To have that energy once and for all move out of the body? Yeah, how are you feeling? Are you feeling more renewed or lighter? And even if just one of these things happened, or something else happened, you just experienced the miracle. A shift of your perception from what was to what is possible. A shift that may be so subtle, but allows you to move from the fear of the problem to love of the problem. So I invite you to please take the next couple of days to check back in with yourself. And to remember that you are the miracle worker. You can create these miracles every day with that simple technique that I just shared. It's a practice. It's a practice that allows you to step into that place of oneness and connection with yourself, your heart, your body, to bring forth that soulful intelligence that invites us all to be freed to live our own divinity. Dear friends, thank you for coming today. And we are the modern Earth Keepers who are being asked to relearn our connection to the universe, to reconnect with nature and all her children. We're being asked to remember our wholeness and oneness with all of creation. The miracle that was our beginning, the oneness that was that little pinhead, is also the ending. The oneness of our truth as human beings. This is our Alpha and Omega moment. Today we stand at a great threshold. Will we realize the gift and open the present to receive the miracle? this long journey from single-cell life of limited intelligence to humans of superior intelligence, from duality to oneness, has been an evolutionary miracle in its own right. Thank you for coming. Please join me in the Miracle Lab at adamchall.com. We welcome you and we celebrate our lives together. And it's been a real pleasure, and I've been very honored to be here with you today. Be well and take care, my friends.